each of the verses in Kathopanishad, not even a verse, a word, not even a phrase, just a word also is a mantra. Mantra is that meditating upon which one crosses over or realizes the truth. A mantra has the sound and also the meaning. That is what yesterday in the quiz they were telling. Both have to be there. The sound of mantra is one thing, and then there is the meaning of the mantra, which has to be understood correctly. So, mananat trayate iti mantra. That meditating upon which one crosses over, one understands and realizes its true meaning, that is a mantra. A simple thing like na shanto, that's a mantra by itself. The one who's not at peace, to him this Brahmagyana cannot be revealed. And then you can go on thinking, what do I mean by not at peace? There can be adi bhautika reasons due to the environment that I am living in, lot of noise, pollution, the people around me, the family, very worldly friends, my associations are very materialistic, the job, the profession, can be anything. That is the reason why you are not at peace. That is adi bhautika. Then adi daivika is also there. At least we in our culture believe that there are gods responsible for all our good and bad. In the sense, there are gods in charge of everything. Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Yamadharmaraja himself. Like that, they are all departments which are running this universe. Fire department, water department, electricity department, and disposal department also. Waste disposal. Likewise, all these gods are there and we need their help to survive in this world. Like we need the fire department's help, we need the electricity department's help, police department's help, medical department's help to lead a happy life. Suppose there is fire in your house, you call up fire department and tell them, please help me. Or you have got some thief who broke into your house, you call up the police department. Electricity fails, you call up the electricity department, water department. Like that, these various gods are like the department heads. And whenever we have some problem, we call upon them through prayers, through worships, yajnas, various rituals. And even when there is no problem, we should still keep paying our water bill, electricity bill, don't we have to? Then they will cut the connection. These departments of our gods are very, very correct. They keep a track of everything, whether we are offering them our gratitude, we are offering prayers, we are using whatever has been given by gods to us correctly, not wasting them, not misusing them. Accordingly, they keep blessing us. Therefore, these yajna yagas, pujas, all kinds of homa, havanas, these things are done. So that is for adi daivika. But there is one called adi atmika. Within yourself there should be peace. That peace is the most important peace. Other two pieces also are important, but more important than all the other pieces within yourself. You might have a comfortable bed, air-conditioned room, no noise whatsoever. Electricity is working, air is there, good, everything is fine. Yet there is no sleep because your mind is not at peace. Either it has some desire or some frustration or some other issue or the memory, guilt. All kinds of things are disturbing your peace. Then even though you have all the other things taken care of, you are unable to enjoy your life. You are not able to enjoy your existence. So adhyatmika peace. Adhyatmika is when you go within and see where the trouble is coming from. For that sake, this Master the Mind series. That was the first basic level in Adhyatmika Yoga. To go back and check what kind of mind do I have, Rajo mind, Sattva mind, Tamas mind. What is the composition of my mind and its thoughts? What kind of unwanted memories am I still holding on to myself? Should I discard them? Should I keep them? Is it helpful in my spiritual goal? Is it harmful? These kind of questions you must be asking by now while you are practicing some dhyana, some meditation, some viveka vairagya. You must be practicing all that. So with that we attain the inner peace. So na shanto, just a word. It's not even a verse. It's not even a phrase. That itself is good enough. To if you sit and meditate, mananat, if you sit and meditate on this idea, why does Yama say that for those who are not at peace, this Brahmagyana is not possible? And then you go on checking peace in what? Peace outside your surroundings or peace within one's own mind. Where is that peace? Once a man came to a guru and said, there is no peace at my home. So Guruji asked, what happened? He said, I have plenty of children and then I have this wife and then I have all the noise in the house. I can't do 1 second of meditation in my house. All the time there is noise. And I'm not at peace. My life is miserable. Then Guruji said, do you have cows? He said, yes, we have cows. Where are they? In Goshala. Do one thing, bring all the cows and tie them inside your house. What? In my house? He said, yes, inside the house. Don't keep them outside. You also stay in the house. Let cows also be inside the house. You will find peace, he said. He did not understand what Guruji is telling. But he thought, let me follow. Maybe cows are holy animals. If they come inside the house, some peace may come. So he tied all of them inside. Now the cows are eating inside the house and passing cow dung and urine inside the house. And the whole house is in a big mess, making all the noise, making it all dirty. So after a week tolerating, somehow thinking peace will come, peace will come, peace will come, no peace came. So this man ran back to the Guruji and told, what have you done, Guruji? I have asked you for peace, but you have made it more worse than before. A lot of difficulty. These cows are making noise and dirtying the place. My wife is shouting at me. I don't know what to do. He said, oh, is it so? I thought this will help you. I'm so sorry. Do one thing, take all the cows and tie them back in the Goshala. Thank you. He went back. Took all the cows and tied them back in Goshala. And then came back. He said, now my house is in so much peace. So what is peace? Peace is an inner quality. It's not an outside quality. True peace is within. Of course, some outside harmony and happiness and security, all these are important. But more important than everything else is the peace that you experience within. And when can you be at peace? When you have risen beyond Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika and entered the Adhyatmika, and then you are working on your own mind and purifying your mind, removing unwanted memories and thoughts, keeping only which is very, very bare essential for the sake of achieving Godhood. Everything else has been discarded. Then peace comes. You have brought all the cows and tied them inside the mind. And they're making all the noise. Now you remove all the cows, you feel peaceful than before. All these are mental ideas. Mental ideas, these are all manasanite. Ashtavakra says, all these dharmo, adharmo, sukha, dukkham, manasani, nate vibhu. It is not your nature, it is the nature of your mind. You are above all these things. So your peace comes when you have gotten rid of unnecessary, unwanted things in your life. And whatever is left behind is your true form, true real nature, which is peace. You are peace as you are. I want peace. Remove I, remove want. Whatever is remaining is peace. I means ego. I and mind, then wants, desires. And then what is remain is peace. This is called as Hridaya Granthi. This is called the confusion in life. Knot of ignorance, they call. So when we talked about Upanishad, one meaning of Upanishad is avasadhana, loosening the knots. Which knots? This Hridaya Granthi, these knots of ignorance which are there in us. We think something, we misunderstand and then suffer. And this knot is called avidya, kama and karma. Avidya is ignorance. Kama is desire that is born out of that ignorance. And karma is the unwanted action undertaken to fulfill an unwanted desire which is born out of unwanted ignorance. But we are tied in this knot all throughout. We think we are the body, I and mine. Then I need this, my people need this. And then we start with that desires come. I have to look after them, I have to do this, I have to do that. And after that you come to keep doing. Then doing will lead to karma phala because you have thought I am doing. So then you only have to suffer the consequences. Because you have done, if you eat, you only will burp. Neighbor is not going to burp for your eating. Like that, you have to go through whatever you have undertaken in life. These are the three main issues born out of ignorance, that our life is all about making merry. And our life is all about earning money. And our life is all about having family. And our life is all about having fun. This is the ignorance, which is dependent on this idea that we are just this body. And body needs to be pampered, looked after, made happy, appeased, senses have to be appeased. This ignorance is what leads to all the desires in our lives. And these desires are the ones which lead to actions. Some are good actions, some are bad actions, and accordingly good results and bad results. And this goes on and on and on. Because one leads to the other leads to 10 others. It's an exponential graph. Keeps going on and on. Therefore, it is very important that we keep a check on our minds and realize what is our true purpose. Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha. The one who wants only that Brahman alone attains Brahman. You can't have Brahman in the list of things that you want. One of them is Brahman. It's not even the first on the list of things. It is the only thing on the list. Then you attain it. This is the only thing on my list. I want to realize Brahman. I want to realize my true self. There is nothing else on the list. That is the beginning and end of the list. But most of the people, because of avidya, who are busy in adibhautika, adidaivika, then come to adhyatmika, they all are confused. At the adibhautika level, what are they doing? There is all this, how to behave in the society. Manu Dharma Shastra is there, Smriti is there. It will tell you Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, Swadhyaya Pravachanebhya, Acharya Devo Bhava, Tithi Devo Bhava, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Yanya Navadyani Tani Karmani. All these kind of moral codes and conducts are there in adibhautika, in the society that you live. And we get busy with that. Do this, don't do that. This is truth, that is untruth. Don't steal, don't lie. That was the first step. Na avirito duscharita. That is the first step. Adibhautika. We should not behave wrongly in the society. As we are supposed to behave, not behave unethically, immorally, illegal things we should not do. That is only one part. Adibhautika Shanti it will give you. Then it says na ashanto, na asamahitaha. What is ashanto, asamahitaha? Ashanta is the quality of the mind, then you come. Daivika we call it. Because through mind only we recognize gods, and mind is like one of the gods. Like Yama and other things, we have been given one god called mind also within us, who helps us to do things as we do in the world. Without the mind, we cannot identify things, we cannot experience things, we cannot understand things. So mind is also kind of a god, is what is said. Chandrama manaso jata. And Chandrama is the ruler of the mind, they say. So this mind has to be in peace. That is Adi Daivika. What is the peace of mind? When it has no desires, then only mind is at peace. You think for yourself. Ever since you are born, till date, mind is only busy between Sankalpa, Vikalpa. Sankalpa are the desires that you come up with. Vikalpa are the thoughts, memories. Not a second the mind is quiet. Ever since we are born, something or the other mind keeps thinking, what is that? Why is this like this? Can I have it? Why can't I have it? It goes on and on and on. Then after doing some things, I did this, I could not do that, they did this to me, I did not do that to them. Goes on, and then future. I want to do this, I want to be that. So mind is always swinging between the past and the future, and in the present also it is restless. So, na ashanto, that kind of a mind is incapable of experiencing any divinity, is what the mantra says. When the mind is free from all wants and desires and thinking in of the past or worrying about the future, and asamahita means if it is not concentrated, focused on one thing, but is scattered on everything, then we cannot. Even put a thread through the needle's eye. At that moment, if you're thinking of your past or you're thinking of the future, can you pass a thread through the needle's eye? You cannot. That focus, that concentration to pass a thread through a needle's eye is samahita mana, is a mind that is focused, concentrated, entirely present in whatever the activity it has undertaken. So that is the other part of the mind. If the mind is worried, thinking about anything else at that moment, naturally you cannot even pass a thread through the needle's eye. Forget attaining Brahman. So that is why all this dharana, okay, take one mantra, pass that thread through needle's eye, that kind of focus you develop. Aham Brahma, Sarvam Brahma, you are practicing that under master of the mind. To teach mind how to focus on one thing and not jump on too many things. That is the idea of mind, because it becomes very powerful mind. Like this sun's rays are scattered, they don't do anything. But when you pass it through a lens, then all the rays get focused at one point and it generates so much of heat that it can burn paper. Concentrating all these scattered rays can create power. What is magnetism? In iron, all its atoms are disoriented in all directions. You put them all together in one direction by bringing a magnet in front of the iron. All of them are focused in one direction now. They are not in different direction. The spins, they're all in one direction. That is what magnetism is all about. Likewise, when our mind gets attracted to this higher thought of God and focuses on God alone, everything else will go out of focus. Like the camera, when it focuses on me, the background goes out of focus. If it focuses on the background, then I will go out of focus. So focused mind, steady mind and focused mind, a clear mind is required. But that is not enough. Adi Daivika you have finished, Adi Bhautika you have finished, Adhyatmika, then I have to realize myself. That becomes the next problem. And what happened? Na ashanta manaso, inside yourself, you are still not at peace. Why? Because I have not realized divinity. Now, this is not going to make you realize Brahman. Somebody asked Ramana Maharshi, what is the obstacle in realizing Brahman? He said the thought that there is an obstacle is the obstacle in realizing Brahman. Even the thought that I have to realize Brahman is an obstacle in realizing Brahman. Or the thought I can't realize Brahman is also an obstacle in realizing Brahman. So it is a very strange thing. This Brahman is a very strange thing. If you tell I want to have Brahman, you can't have it. If you say I don't want to have Brahman, anyway you can't have it. Either ways you can't have it. In the wanting, Brahman is lost. So that also you should not have, is saying. Your mind should be that focused, pure, calm. Your indriyas and the senses should be under perfect control. Nothing that is immoral, nothing that is illegal, nothing that is not a right behavior you should ever undertake. Till you achieve all these things, imagine, in the body you achieve purity, senses. In the mind you achieve purity, desirelessness and the fickleness has to go. After that, even this desire that I should Brahman, you should discard. Just be. Just allow yourself to get ready. And when you are ready, Brahman will come. You don't have to put any pressure on Brahman for that. Like that, when you attain, then only you attain this Brahman. See, two of the most important shlokas, mantras. Yamaivesha vrunate, the one who wants it alone will get it. And how he wants it? With this is the only thing that he wants it. Without any other desire. That is how one should want it. And how should we practice to receive it? This is how you should receive it. Clean up your body and senses, clean up your mind, steady it, focus it, and don't even have this desire that I must attain Brahman. Just be. And if you can achieve this, that's when this realization comes to you. Vivrunute. It reveals itself on its own. That is the idea of Brahma Vidya. Very subtle thought. But why this master the mind was preceding this Kathopanishad? So that now at least halfway through you realize how important it is to master the mind. Because without that, it's not possible to take even one step in spirituality. That is why mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the reason for one's liberation or one's bondage. I give this example. If you turn the key this one side, it will open the door. If you say turn the same key the other side, it will lock the door. That is the idea of this mind. It is so powerful in the sense, if you use it correctly, if you turn it towards God, it will open the door, Brahman will reveal. If you turn it towards the world, it will lock the door and Brahman will, door very much within you, will never be available to you. So close yet so far Brahman is. Because we have not used the right methodology, we have not done the right things to attain it. So from that point of view, mind control, sense control, purity, calmness, steadiness, and desirelessness is so important on this path of God. The one who attains this, that person alone is called a dhira. First thing that Yamato calls Nachiketa is Satyadhriti. You are very resolute. You don't listen to me at all. You only want this and you are absolutely clear. So he calls him Satyadhriti. You are absolutely resolute about learning about Brahman. You don't get distracted at all. And second thing is Dhira, the one who has developed this kind of mind. So Yamayavesha Vrunite Satyadhriti. Na Avirato means the one who has not stopped engaging with senses and the mind, the one who has not calmed his mind, focused his mind. Such a person cannot get it. So the Nachiketa is the one who has done all these things. He has calmed his senses and mind. He has given up all the desires of the world. His mind is absolutely steady and focused. Because remember, Nachiketa Agni, when Yama tells, he repeats it verbatim without making a mistake. Yama becomes so happy. One more boon, Agni will be called as Nachiketa Agni by your name. So focused, steady mind, concentrated. And the only thought is, tell me about Brahman. And that is how he is getting to know. But till now he has been asking to know about Brahman. We also have learned so far that mind is very important tool in realizing this Brahman. If we don't have a steady, focused and a pure mind, a desireless mind, whatever we do, we will not attain it. Now whatever the chapter is coming next, it's a very beautiful analogy of how mind and senses and buddhi and atman all are related, all are there in the body. Very beautiful chapter is coming. But remember this Hridaya Granthi, avidya, kama, karma. Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adhyatmika. You should remember these things, three pieces. How do you attain this peace? Why it's important to go towards God? Most important is Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Admika Shanti. That's why 3 times we tell Shanti. Let there be Shanti in the body, Bhautika. Let there be Shanti in my mind, Daivika. And let there be Shanti in my Antaratman. Even the desire to realize Brahman, let it not be there, Adhyatmika. These even a deeper understanding of 3 Shantis this is. In my body made of Panchabhutas, Adibhautika, let there be peace. My senses should not run behind unwanted objects and disturb my purity. In Adi Daivika, my mind, let there be peace. Let this mind think of pure and noble thoughts and nothing else. And Adhyatmika, even in the idea of realizing Brahman, let me not have the desire and disturb myself. Let it be so that Brahman reveals at when I am perfectly ready in all 3 P's. Somebody asked a question, how can we attain the same shraddha that Nachiketa has? Nachiketa has this shraddha, seems like he's an exception. I am just the ordinary. How do I attain? Once you know the importance of what it is, what is Brahma Vidya, then only you will develop shraddha in it. 100 rupee falls in front of a cow, it will eat it. Same 100 rupee falls in front of a laborer, he will very carefully keep it in his pocket. Why? Because the laborer knows the value of 100 rupees, the cow does not know. If you know the value of it, you will develop interest in it. If you don't know the value of it, you will not know the interest. The children, they found a father had left his office papers at home. These children made a boat out of it and were playing in the rain. Father is searching in the office, where is my important documents, important business deal documents? Couldn't find it. When he came back, these children had made boats and floated them on the outside rain. Why? Because children don't know the value of that business deal. Father knows. We are doing, this is what we are doing with our lives. Such precious lives. Jantu nam narajanma durlabham. It says the one who does not attain Brahma Vidya or does not put effort Brahma Vidya, Atmahano, he is like committing suicide. Our Upanishad says it is like committing suicide. Who? The one who does not even want to learn Brahma Vidya, such a person is already committing suicide, is say. He is a living dead. Mrityo samrutyam apnoti. From death to death he shall go, not from birth to birth, because his life is living dead. So we are like worms, Vivekananda would say. More dead than alive. Those people who are only busy pleasing their senses, making merry, and running behind the temporary and the paltry, they are as good as dead. They're committing suicide. That's how it is compared in the Upanishad. So once you know its value, then you will understand. As I said, all life is about dukkha nivritti, sukha prapti. Sukha prapti comes with Brahma Vidya, the permanent sukha. And dukkha nivritti happens once for all with Brahma Vidya. All other Vidyas will give you sukha on one day, dukkha on another day, and it goes on and on and on. But Brahma Vidya alone removes fears and sorrow once for all and helps you attain the highest happiness. So at least theoretically begin the effort. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Sattva Buddhi Avadharanam. Develop this faith in the Guru's word and the Shastra word that this is what matters at the end. Keep telling yourself, slowly you will develop taste for this Brahma Vidya. When you were born, you did not like eating rice, you always wanted milk. But someday your mother fed you rice, you spat it, vomited it, but still she didn't stop. Today if somebody says, when you were born you were anyway drinking milk, we will give you milk, no need of rice. How many of you are agreeable to that? They'll say, no, I don't know why I was drinking milk. Milk is horrible, I want rice. But once upon a time you didn't want rice. Mother fed you and made you eat rice, and then you develop taste for rice. Like that, be in satsanga, be in good company, noble company, then your mind will develop taste for God. Otherwise, you will develop taste for the world and you will never understand the beauty and the sweetness and the value of God. So that is why good company will help you develop shraddha, and you will know the value of Brahma Vidya, and then you will attain it. Next question is, Swami, please answer the question. You say we should not supply names and forms. What about Om? Can we have Om in the meditation? Yes, see, Om etavalambanam param. It says, use Om to reach to the Nirguna Brahma. That's why 3 parts of the Om are Saguna. And the silence is the Nirguna. So slowly, Shanai Shanai Uparamet, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Slowly and slowly you move towards Nirguna. Because Dehabhimanam is there for us. Forms and names are our daily living existence. It's very difficult to suddenly think on everything in formless way. So what they do, halfway through they've given you Om. So how does Om look like? Means it doesn't look like a man or a woman, not a god or a goddess. It doesn't have 8 hands, 4 hands, Pasha, Ankusha. Nothing is there in Om. It's just an idea. Om is just a concept without any name and form. You will say, no, Om is a name. No, Om is not a name. Om is an idea. Om is a concept, like motherhood is an idea. Mother is a form, mother has a name. Matrutva is an idea, Desha Bhakti. What is Desha Bhakti? It's an idea. It's not the Desha, it's not the physical boundaries of the country, the mountains, rivers and the population. It is an idea. So Om is an idea to slowly move from Sakara to Nirakara, slowly. Not immediately, it won't happen. You keep chanting continuously, someday it will reveal itself. Sputa, they call it. It bursts open on its own. When you see these flower buds, they do open on their own. You can't rush them up. Open, open. If you tell it, they won't open. If you put your finger and open them, it will all get spoiled. So you have to leave them. On their own, naturally they open. Like that, this Om, when you keep meditating on this concept, that beyond the physical and the mental, and even the deep inside your otherwise, the Anandamaya Kosha, there lies one more state of awareness. That is true Brahman, awareness, Prajnanam Brahma, they call it. That awareness is Brahman. Of being aware is not Brahman. Being aware of something is not Brahman. Awareness is Brahman. Science is subject. Science book is not subject. You learning science is not subject. Science is a concept. Like that, Om is a concept which is taking you to understand that Brahman has no form, no name, its existence. Asti bhati priyam or satyam jnanam anantam. That is its nature. So Om helps you to initially use it. If you have as I said, if you have some problem in your leg, you use a stick to walk. You have undergone a fracture. Now you can't walk, so you use the help of something. But once your big leg becomes all right, do you need a stick to walk? You don't need. Like that is Om's support is needed only till that time when this concept becomes clear to you in your mind. Once the concept is clarified, you don't need this Om also. Simply by just 1 second of withdrawal from all the external will establish you into the ultimate eternal. There is no separate effort is required. But initially, yes. Swami, I see blank space when I sit in meditation and chant Om. You are seeing, you're not meditating then. See, what is seeing? I'm seeing darkness now. When I close eyes, I see lights or I see darkness and blank space. It means your eyes are active. Your eyes are active. You have not gone beyond your body. You are trying to see because we are so used to seeing that we are not able to understand how to not see. So if you close our eyes, then we'll see darkness. No, you don't see at all. You exist there and your mind is meditating on a thought. You're not even focusing whether you're seeing anything or not. Very fact that you're seeing in meditation means you have not withdrawn from your body, you have not withdrawn from the mind. Because there's nothing to see there, it's only to experience. Can you say that I'm seeing Ananda? It's an experience. It's an experience. I'm seeing dukkha. No, you can see a dukhi, but you can't see dukkha. It's an experience. Similarly, I can't see sukha. Sukha is an experience. Likewise, this meditation is an experience. It is not seeing, doing, hearing, smelling. I heard some musical sounds. I saw some colors. Strange colors. First blue, then green, then yellow. Some sequence. It was very nice. No, this is not audio video show there. There is nothing to see. If you're still seeing, means the habit of seeing always is forcing you even in meditation to see something. You withdraw from that, it's a concept. Withdraw from that, it's a concept that you should meditate on, not the seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling. This indriya idea should go away. It's a concept. And think of it as a concept. As I said, you will not understand by speaking words, na medaya, na bhavna shrutena. You have to sit down and keep doing that. Slowly it will reveal. Have you seen some of these musicians are there or sports persons are there? They work very hard, but they don't improve at all. One fine day they suddenly get it right. They get stuck in a plateau for a long time. They were progressing for a continuous basis. As efforts were happening, progress was happening. Then there was a plateau. For a long time, they didn't improve at all, despite any number of efforts. One fine day, suddenly they jumped up to the next level. Even cooking, you're trying to get a dish right. Tried all kinds of things, never got it right. One day, by fluke, it came right. Everybody says, today is so tasty. How did it happen? That is the day when you were not cooking. Cooking happened through you. The day you improve in life is the day when you were not doing. Doing happened through you. The day you sang that note correct was not the day when you wanted to sing it. The note happened through you. Life happened through you. Consciousness happened through you that day. Otherwise, when I do, then nothing happens. It will show some improvement, but it will get stuck at some place. So those who experience this sudden burst of improvement effortlessly, they have established themselves in that activity, be it cooking, singing, teaching, dancing, playing. They have become one with that. Their mind has got absorbed in that. That's why that sudden burst of improvement. Likewise, when your mind gets totally absorbed in this idea of meditation, sudden revelation of Brahman will happen anytime. For Janaka, he was coming down from a horse, and one leg was up in the air, and one leg was still on the footrest like thing of the horse. And as he was coming out, suddenly Brahma Jnana happened to him. You will say, what kind of awkward position is this to have Brahma Jnana? One leg up in the air, one leg still stuck there in the horse. And suddenly there is a bust, that bud opened all of a sudden. What time it will open, nobody knows. 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7 morning, you keep sitting next to the bud. It won't know. Suddenly it will open. Like that, this Brahma Jnana happens all of a sudden when the Brahman becomes happy, decides, let me reveal this to him today. He will not give you prior information. I'll come on that day at that place, then I'll reveal to you. No, it can happen anytime. So that is how you must think of Brahman. You be ready. It will happen anytime to you. Don't try to see, hear, taste, smell anything in meditation. Meditation is just a state of existence. It's a concept. Meditate on the concept that Brahman is Nirakara and I have to be ready to receive Brahman. That's it. When it will happen, we don't know. Hanuman was there. He was given the job of snapping the finger, because they were told Hanuman is too close to Rama, let us keep him a little far. And they distributed all the work of Rama to all the people and didn't give one work to Hanuman. And this Hanuman was very sad. He looked at the list of the sevas that they were doing to Rama and said, one seva has not been given to anybody. Now they were confused because they planned it so well not to give anything to Hanuman. They said, what is that? But Buddhi Matam Varishtam is very intelligent. And he said, to snap the finger when Rama yawns, that activity has not been given to anyone. Then they said, now we can't say anything to this Hanuman. But then they thought, in the morning time, Rama is not sleeping, he is not yawning. So you are not required during the morning darbar. You sit outside. Evening we will call you. When Rama feels sleepy, that time you can snap finger. And this Hanuman went and sat on a tree outside and started thinking, what if Rama yawns? So he sat on the tree outside and started snapping his finger. Why? Because he was thinking, if Rama yawns, I don't want to miss snapping. I can't see Rama from here. Let me keep snapping. There in the darbar, Rama is going on yawning. Everybody asks Rama, why are you yawning? Did you not sleep well? Is the lecture boring? Have you eaten too much? Rama said, no, nothing of not my problem. This Hanuman is snapping his finger outside. I don't want his seva to be wasted. So I am yawning. Then they understood we can't separate this Rama and Hanuman. They brought Hanuman back. And he sat next to the field looking at Rama's face, when he'll yawn and when I'll snap. Hanuman was always ready. Therefore Rama was always ready. You should be ready for Brahman. Brahman is always ready for you. The day you are ready, Brahman will reveal. Till then you have to be waiting for it. So your readiness in bhakti, your readiness in shraddha, tapas and brahmacharya is what Brahman is waiting for. You become ready and Brahman will respond. So there's similar question about meditations when they see some manifestations. Is it all true? Is it the state of consciousness? How will I behave during the day-to-day life? Truth is that none of this is spirituality. I said abhayasya param. When you are fearless, that is spirituality. So how do I behave? I'm all the time busy, I'm intoxicated and feeling. Intoxication is all your states of consciousness, states of mind. It is not spirituality. That by which you are experiencing this state is spirituality. The awareness which is helping you even experience that light or sound or bliss, that awareness is Brahman. Ananda is not Brahman. The awareness that helps you be aware that you are in Ananda, that is Brahman. So go for that. Don't get stuck. It is like you have a 5-floor building and you're on the floor, 4th floor right now. But there is a better view from the top, rooftop. So you have to still climb. So you go further up, then there is no problem. This whole idea of how will I behave? Will I become dysfunctional in the society? Will I become useless? Will I become... No, nothing you will become. You will become only more happy, more peaceful, fearless and contented. And because of that, all others around also you will become happier. That's what will happen when you attain Brahma Jnana. Nothing else will happen. All these beard, mustaches and robes and malas is not spirituality. Not this hatha yoga, hot yoga, cold yoga. None of this is spirituality. None of this is spirituality. So that you get it right first. It's all being missold. In the world today, it's all being missold. do this yoga for weight loss, then somebody is doing yoga for weight gain, somebody is doing yoga to become taller, somebody is doing yoga for some health. This is not the reason. Samatvam yoga uchyate. True yoga is becoming equanimous, beyond happiness and sorrow, beyond peace and restlessness, beyond all the duality is what is yoga. That is the true yoga. All the others are physical exercises, fitness, physical fitness. Pranayam is mental fitness. But yoga, true yoga is only a spiritual enlightenment that you are Brahman and therefore you are unaffected by whatever happens around you.